Now it says stop broadcasting. I don't know what that means. Someone's gonna have to help me out with this, so I understand. But it says stop broadcasting. I'm broadcasting, I guess, which I hope everybody understood me, heard me, and understands. James D. or any of you people, want to get a hold of me, that's great. Go ahead, get a hold of me. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but other than my email, just tom.gorby@yahoo.com. So send me an email. I will respond back, and let's figure out how we're going to work together to fix some of this stuff. So I know the establishment and the powers to be are watching. I'm not afraid of them, whatever, whatsoever. But I know what they did to Lavoie. I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing with the land grabs. I know what they're doing with the Gen 21 and Gen 30. I know what they're doing with all this. We have to wake up and stop infighting. We have to stop calling each other names. And there's a lot of idiots out there, obviously, on the internet that are, I'm not even going to say their names, but they're stupid as hell. And they need to wake the hell up because it's way bigger than what they even can. They're all about conspiracy theories and all this other crap. People don't even understand what a conspiracy is. So, they need to learn and educate themselves to what's happening. Conspiracy theories, yeah. That's just a way to throw everybody off. There's plenty of conspiracies. There's conspiracies everywhere, every day, even every person's everyday life. There's a conspiracy. It's simple. It's not hard to figure that out. Conspiracies are everywhere. Hell, I've conspired against other people. So it's a conspiracy theory. Oh, now we're, lunatics. You know what I mean? Well, look at what it means. Look at the definition of a conspiracy, and then understand what that means, and then move on from there, and then understand everything else that's happened. Then you'll figure it all out eventually. 9/11, Tonkinese. Go back to Pearl Harbor. Mighty, what does it take for the American people to wake up, to understand that we have been ruled since pretty much the beginning of our existence? Which means we can go back to all that and we can understand that we were free for a minute. We were free for a minute before George Washington went after the liquor tax. Okay, when they want to try to charge people for liquor, the tax on liquor. Some people got feathered and tarred. Learn your history. That was the beginning of the end back then, 200 and something years ago. So we've never been free, except for a minute. And that's the truth. We are not free. We haven't been free. The taxes that were put on those people is what we ran from in the first place. We didn't want taxes, unjust tax on people, for their labors and their things like that. You have to understand what they can tax under the Constitution and what they cannot. Until you understand and read the Constitution and understand what they can do and cannot do, then you're a loser. Because you're not part of what's real here. They don't have the authority to tax you on your labor. They do not have that. Under the real Constitution, they cannot do that. They cannot tax you on your property. Because my house isn't in the state of Florida, it's in Florida. It's on Florida land, but it's not the state of Florida land. It's not. And so this isn't where I live, is not. The state does not own this. This is private property. They do not have the authority to do that. They just convince and confuse people into signing those papers. Once they do, like I did, which I didn't understand until now, recently, that they don't own this. This is, the state doesn't have any authority over me. They have no authority. Even their laws don't apply here. They only apply on their state land and their state property that they own. Look at the law of the land, understand it, research and read the Constitution. Then you'll figure out you've been duped this whole time. You've been duped. Yep. Let's go back to common law. Common law. The right to bear arms shall not be infringed, right? Well, no. It has nothing to do with laws about whether you can carry concealed or open carry or whatever, what kind of guns you can own. Nope. It has to do with the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. The right to bear arms. Bearing arms, the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. Simple, right? I don't care. You can see, bearing arms means bearing, which means carrying, which means brandishing, really. You know, you can carry your arms and show them. That's the law of the land. So when they say you can't carry concealed or you can't, you know, carry opened or whatever, that is full. You have every right under honor of God, which is our inalienable rights to carry or have arms to defend ourselves. Every single right. They say we don't. They say you have to have a permit. No. You do not have to have a permit. And if you're a felon under their laws now, which are unconstitutional, to to follow the Second Amendment. Okay. There's people who have been charged with felonies for releasing balloons. It's a felony. People in Florida where I live charged with a felony for releasing balloons on a birthday party, at a birthday party on the beach. Now he's a felon, charged with a felony. If he can't beat it, he's now no longer eligible to defend himself, according to their laws. Nope. He has the right to defend himself. He has the Second Amendment right, which shall not be infringed. I don't care whether you're a felon or not. If you're a violent felon, that's one thing. Okay, we can look at that. And if you've used a gun or you violently attacked people or whatever, I can maybe understand that. But as far as just being a felon, anybody can be a felon, and they can take your rights away. And that does not work. It shall not be infringed. And that's even goes back like the Cowboys. They would get arrested and go to the jail for a night because they were drunk or whatever, being idiots. But the next day, they got their guns back because they had the ability to defend themselves. That's what this is about. So if you're an innocent or charged with a crime like that as a felon for releasing balloons, now you're a felon. You can't defend yourself now. You can't own a firearm. What is that, people? Wake the freaking hell up. Wake up. You have no rights. You're stripping your rights away from everybody so they can control you. 100 miles within the coast that all of the United States is a non-Fifth Amendment zone. If you look at the laws, you have no rights. If you live in 100, I do. I live within 100 miles of the coast. I'm screwed. I have no Fifth Amendment. They can come take my stuff, come seize my computer, all that if they want to, under the laws that they've written, which are unjust. They're illegal. They can't do that technically under the law of the land, but they're not going to follow that. You think they're going to follow that? They're not going to. They're going to come get me. They're going to come seize my stuff, and they're going to seize all my whatever I have, and then put me away. You people think you're safe? No, you're not safe at all. And if any of you left-wing people, libtards, you want to believe that Obama, Hillary, Bernie Sanders can save you, spread the wealth, you better check yourself, because they're not going to. It's just like Obama, communist, Muslim, that he is. Promises, all this stuff, and then completely screws you. That's exactly what's going to happen again. These people are all the same. They're all the same. They work for the establishment. They work for people that are working towards the New World Order agenda. Simple. I guess it's not so simple to you, but you need to wake up to it, because if we don't, we're screwed, man. This country, we are as people done. It's over. We got to do that, and we got to realize that, you know, if we don't wake up now, we are done. You are done. Sit behind your little iPhones, walking around like zombies, which I've seen you do. It's over. You can't. We have to have liberty. We have to stand behind the Constitution. And these political prisoners that are out there right now were standing for what was right. And now they're in prison, and that's BS. They're in prison for what? Standing for the truth. Standing for the Constitution, which we all need to stand for. So, if they come get me, kill me, by the way, I will never commit suicide, and I will never, I'm a responsible person. If something happens to me, it ain't because I did it, it's because they did it. I don't have any plans on doing anything like that in my, and I plan on fighting them. So, you know, if something happens to me, it's on them. And this video be made. So come on, people, wake up. It's time to wake up. Please do that. Wake up. Look at the video. Look at the videos. Look at the time. I've been following this since before it even started with the Hammonds. I followed it every day until where we are now. Doesn't mean anything, but I have. And I know what's up. So pay attention. See what's happening. Let's stand together because we have to at this point. These people are criminals, killing innocent people. They caused all this. It's not, none of this needs to happen on the roadside. I'm sick of hearing about, false flags and all. Yeah, that happens. Absolutely does. But we need to be able to understand what is real and what is not, and have a brain on us. Stop being stupid. Stop being ignorant and understand this is a real deal. And they killed him as soon as he got out of the vehicle. Shots were fired. He never gave him a chance. It was an ambush, kill box setup, which was illegal, should never have happened. They could have arrested them at any other time in the public where they were being public and speaking out in the public. They did not do that. They chose for killing. That's what they chose for. They chose for violence. So there you have it. And that's as simple as that. So anybody who does not understand what they were doing there that day is an idiot. They were there to execute somebody, to make an example out of them. So for whatever reason they have. But it did not need to happen. It was unjustified. It was a kill box murder situation with the roadblock and everything else, with the people in the trees. Anybody who denies that is a fucking moron. An effing moron. So stop with the bullshit. Stop with the fake event or whatever, you people. Wake up. This isn't fake, it's real. Excuse me while I take a drink of my beer. God, I'm tired of this. Hopefully someone will watch this and realize that there are good people out here that understand the truth. We're not idiots. We're not, trying to say everything's fake. No, it's not. That is not fake. It is real what happened. There is a lot of fake and false things that happen, but this isn't one of them. So let's call it out as what it is. What it is murder, and that's what we have to call it out as murder of a patriot. This is the beginning. This is the shots fired of the second revolution. That's what it is. Say what you want. That's what it is. Wake up, America. Anybody who wants to stand with me, I'll stand with you. If you really are truly an American patriot and you understand these things, then I will stand with you. No matter whether I live or die, it doesn't make any difference. Thank you.